Hey, welcome to another episode of Coffee and Comments. It's Sunday morning. I'm Pat Bulger. I showered, no bedhead. And now the news. Hey, Milan's son Remo kicked off the monument season this past week. In case you missed it, don't worry about it. Here's a fast forward pantomime synopsis of the 300-kilometer Spring Classic. Well, there went the entire day. Hey, I love bike racing. I love Milan's son Remo, but man, can a televised event be longer with so much boredom for just 15 minutes of payoff? Wait, this just in? Zack Snyder says, hold my beer. DeCoinnick Quick-Step manager Patrick Lefevre has revealed that rival team manager Ralph Denk of Bora Hansgrohe has made the audacious offer to buy out the entire Belgian team to secure the services of Remco Evenepoel. Evenepoel is under contract, but DeCoinnick Quick-Step, but Lefevre has confirmed, not doing so well, that he needs to secure sponsorship for his team in 2022 to continue. Lefevre wrote recently in an article for Het Nieuwsblad, almost our entire team is at the end of our contract, and the hunting season now seems to have really started. Agents are juggling offers for my riders, offering millions at a time. Ineos salaries are the norm. We're the paupers. The self-proclaimed king of the hunt is Ralph Denk of Bora Hansgrohe, Lefevre wrote. So, what you're telling me is this. Your team, arguably the best team in the world, consists of underpaid believers in the quest. They're strictly doing it for each other. Kind of like the fellowship of the Meal RM 67-02. Or, now, this is just me spitballing here, could it be that you, Patrick Lefevre, have multiple sponsor negotiations going on right now, and you need several things? First, you need a classic villain. Check. Second, your hero, standing tall, surrounded by his army of believers. Check. Oh, and 3, the Kleenex boxes for your feet, you insane kook. Shouldn't you be at the amusement park complaining about how you'd have gotten away with it too if it weren't for those meddling kids and their dog? With April 1st rapidly approaching, the Pro Peloton is preparing for the enforcement of the ban on the super tuck as well as the puppy paws pose as a part of the UCI's apparent crackdown on image in the sport and the influence it apparently has upon amateur cyclists. So, stay tuned, because if this is true, expect the following bans in the other global sports: flopping in soccer, left turns in NASCAR, speeding in Formula One, arrows in archery, horses in rodeo, makeup and sequins in figure skating, marijuana in snowboarding, hooks in fishing, and of course, everything in football. Hey, Canyon has issued further communication to its customers around the progress of ongoing investigations into both the failing seat post design and the aero cockpit that snapped spectacularly beneath Mathieu van der Poel. In an email to customers, the brand announced, the improvement on the seat post will take longer than we originally thought. Before continuing, we currently expect to have found a suitable solution by autumn. Meanwhile, customers who've already received bikes aren't permitted to use them after Canyon issued a stop ride notice to owners following the high-profile breakage of Matthew Vanderpool's handlebar earlier this spring. Wow. So, with this in mind, we here at Coffee and Comments would like to up the following recommendations for what to do with your new unusable Canyon Arrow Road. Hey, how about a nice clothing rack? Just treat it like a Peloton is intended to be used. That's right, park it in the corner, toss yesterday's soiled underwear right on it. What? Not your style? Well, how about a gigantic bong? Sure! Have the kid help you construct the world's most expensive water bong. Remove the hazardous seat posts and bars, fill the base with water, shove some mesh wire down one end, fill with your finest sativa, and smoke your way to denial of the 4 years of payments you still have left on your new water bong. Hey, and if all else fails, may we recommend the classic coffee shop poser approach to bicycle ownership. That's right, pull on every inch of Rafa you can find or afford. Slide those Oakleys onto the vents of your $300 Giro Vanquish, ratchet up those boa-strapped custom Bont shoes, and walk your bike to the nearest mega chain coffee shop. Or even better, find the most pretentious shop in the area that is staffed by 20-somethings with nose rings and neck tattoos listening to 80s alternative pop as if it is ironically hip, and park your ass in the most prominent place and sip a double ristretto like you're Geraint fucking Thomas. Oh, and mention to anyone who doesn't ask how you plan on doing an Ironman. Hey, Wahoo, which bought the Speed Play in 2019, has announced a trimmed down line of road pedals with just 5 pedal models, including an upcoming power meter pedal and 2 cleats. All the new pedals and cleats are cross-compatible and compatible with previous road pedal models. You know what? Cool. I wish them the best of luck, and I can't wait to see their offerings. My issue with this story is simply what has become of industry names. Wahoo, Whoop, Zwift, Shram. You know, it sounds like a Batman fight has broken out. Is this the dumbing down of society? Are we all going to be speaking in clicks and grunts soon? Irony is that I couldn't get that sentence out. You know how stupid I feel when I say to someone, "Hey, did you see my Whoop?" Oh, there it is. Hey, I gotta go plug in my Wahoo. Hey, I just spent 2 hours Zwifting. I miss impossible names that didn't have any kind of sexual innuendo potential. I can't giggle like a 12-year-old when somebody says, "Hey, check out my Campagnolo." Or, "Hey, keep your hands off my Pogliaggi." Wait, no. Shit, never mind that one. Last one's a little gross. In crime news, prosecutors say Bradley Knirschchild had a bad habit of renting bikes and vans that he never returned. Bradley Knirschchild, now 27 years old, entered a plea agreement in November in which he pleaded guilty to 1 count of interstate transportation of stolen goods for stealing 11 high-end road and mountain bikes in Washington state and trying to sell them to a pawn shop in Boise. He was sentenced Thursday to 2 years in federal prison. Excuse me, a little burp there, coffee burp. And he was ordered to pay restitution of $11,200 to Trek Bicycle in Williamsburg in Virginia and $3,500 to Flume Trail Bikes in Incline Village, Nevada. So, what you in for? Madones, man. Madones. I can't get enough. So don't get me started on the bunnies. I'm not sure if everybody has been the target of this marketing campaign, but my social media timelines have been flooded with ads for the cycling diet. Images such as this have me thinking to myself, do these people actually know what bike riders look like? Hell, if I looked like this, I wouldn't be spending my Saturdays on a bike. I'd be having sex. In a recent report, it appears that strong backing from Ineos Grenadiers owner could mean that Dave Brailsford is safe at the top of cycling's richest team, despite recent medical board ruling against a former team doctor. So in other words, Dave Brailsford might just be playing the Donald Trump, Lindsey Graham card. Dave, come on, What is it? Naked pics? Come on, Dave. Tell us. What do you got on them? You can tell us. Users of SRAM Red's ETAP AXS group set now have the option to upgrade to the same bigger chain rings that the pros have been using since the start of the 2020 season. Originally, the largest chainring option was 5037. However, Ram-sponsored World Tour riders felt that the gearing wasn't big enough for the speeds they experience in professional races. So, the new chainrings are available in 5239, 5441, and 5643 sizes for anybody who prefers to push a bigger gear. Hey, Masters races! Now's the opportunity to lengthen that tiny dick of yours. Bigger chain rings are just like driving an Audi, and immediately gives you the confidence of someone with the almost average package. Go with the 56! Hey, people are gonna hear you coming when the cartilage disintegrates completely in your knees and the bone-to-bone grind emit that oh-so-audible crunch. Juniors, be cool like the pros. Sure, you can't super tuck or puppy paws, but you can fuck up the lower half of your body faster than you can pronounce Osgood-Slaughter. Tendinitis is the new EPO. And finally, for our FU of the week. As many of you know, the community of Boulder, Colorado was struck to the core this week after yet another mass shooting event occurred there. Boulder is a well-known mecca for many passionate and elite athletes, as well as many organizations within the cycling community. Our thoughts here at Coffee and Comments are with all of Boulder, and we hope for a quick heal for what appears to be wounds that do not seem to heal in this country. Folks, F you to the gun industry. Yep, I said it. If you're an owner of an automatic rifle and truly feel that it is necessary that you have that item or that you cannot live without it, this shit has gone on far too long. Let me put it this way. If my bicycle obsession was leading to the death of hundreds, if people were using bicycles to kill each other, I'd get rid of my bikes. Am I speaking as someone who likely won't ever have this happen to him, hence making my comparison completely devoid of substance? Yep. Do bikes kill? Nope. Unless you ride them into oncoming cars, cliffs, or into walls. Do automatic rifles have any other purpose other than killing? Nope. Sorry, gun owners, but there are people out there ruining it for you. They're kind of like fixie hipsters are for us bike riders. They break the rules, they make us look bad, and they piss people off. But your bad guys, they're killing innocent people again and again and again. I know your argument. The gun doesn't kill people. But sick assholes are using the guns to kill people. If people were out there removing brake pads from caliper brakes and using them as deadly throwing weapons, I'd probably switch to disc brakes. Take one for the team. Stick to your shotguns, your hunting guns, your classic rifles, and the likes. We aren't going to take them away from you. You can still have them for your amusement. Just like I would have to do if my road bike was banned. I'd just play with the other ones. For the rest of us out there, call your representatives. Demand this shit end. This might not be the time to talk about it. You know, you're right. That time was 21 years ago, also in Colorado. Off soapbox. This is Coffee and Comments. I'm Pat Bulger in the Packfiller Studios. Get outside, ride your bike. Keep the rubber side down. I'll just stay here. Podcast is on Mondays, 6 p.m. Pacific. Like, subscribe, tell a friend. And buy Gemelli coffee.